Hey guys, welcome to the Brick Brethren channel. My name's Hunter, and today I'm going to be doing a breakdown on the new LEGO Batman sets that are coming out next year. Alright, starting off with the first LEGO Batman set that was announced, we've got the Batman vs. Superman Batmobile, and this set is going for $30. It has 220 pieces, and it is for ages 9 and up, but honestly, anybody can build this set in my opinion. But looking at this set, I honestly think it looks great. We actually have gotten a Batman vs. Superman Batmobile in the past, and this just looks so much better in my opinion. I love all the detail. I honestly think it looks pretty good for a size. And you also got, let me pull it up and make it a little bit bigger. You've got some cool details with the guns in the front. We also have some cool tires in here. And it also is a very subtle gray, kind of reminds me of like a cement gray. You also have a cool box. This box actually is a little bit more unique, where it actually has the Ben Affleck Batman in it. So that's who played this Batman. So I guess if you wanted to know, or or wondering which Batman this is the Ben Affleck Batman. So it's cool that LEGO pays homage to that Batman actor and put him in the corner of the box. When you see a little bit of an up close look of it on the box, you do see that the Batman figure is in the Batmobile. So that's always a plus one, where you can actually, place them in there. And I guess if you want to play around with it like that, you can do that. So it's cool. It's not just like a little display. If you also look at the back side, it honestly kind of reminds me a little bit of the Tumbler. The Tumbler looks kind of similar to this, where it's got giant wheels in the back and smaller wheels in the front. So honestly, I did not like Batman vs. Superman in the slightest. I thought it was a pretty lame movie when I first saw it. There were some cool things I liked about it, I guess. I mean, when Batman's fighting Superman, but overall, I think we can all agree that movie was bad. But this is a cool Batmobile. When I saw it in the theaters, I thought it was a cool looking Batmobile, and it's cool that LEGO's coming out with a more updated version of this set. And let's just talk about the Batman minifig. This looks great in my opinion. I mean, it doesn't look like there's dual molded legs, which, I mean, dual molded legs are always a plus one if you're a huge, minifig fan. But it doesn't look like it's, that big of a deal with this minifig in my opinion. But the printing looks great on the torso. It does have some printing on the legs. There's no printing on the arms, which, that's totally fine. This is like an armor suit. So, I mean, I don't know how much, detail there was to this suit, just because it's just like straight up metal. But I love that little molded shoulder piece, which makes him look a lot more jacked like he does in the movie. And then, of course, he has a gray mask on. But I don't know what... It looks like his cape's black, I think. Yeah. But overall, I think this minifig looks great. And I do love the printing of his eyes, where it's white. And I'm assuming once you take off the minifig's helmet, or I guess mask, he should have a face. I don't know if you guys remember, but with old Batman sets, they'd actually like do this weird print of white above their like forehead, or at least on their forehead. And when you put the mask on, it was actually their eyes. Where with the new Batman sets they've come out with, they've actually just been printing, doing a white print on the mask. So it actually, like when you take the mask off, there's no white, print on the minifig's head, which it looks weird. It looks like he's got a bandage because he got like wounded. But yeah, this is a good set. I mean, for $30, I mean, you're getting 220 pieces, like I said, which, that's not bad for a price to piece ratio if that's the way you look at things. Personally, I think this set would have been even cooler if they included a Superman minifig. I know it's, Batman sets, and like they want to focus on just Batman, but like this is a Batman versus Superman Batmobile. It literally says it right on the title. So it's like Superman would have been cool in this, and I mean, they probably would have bumped it up to $35, maybe $40 if Superman was included, but I think more fans would be raving about this set if Superman was included. So now going to the other sets that have been announced. Sorry, my computer's just being a little slow. we've got the Batman logo, which I honestly think this looks great. Now, me and Dallin and Ian, when we first saw this set get, I guess, unveiled, we thought this looked really cool. I love that they're kind of doing what they've done with other art sets in the past. There's the Milky Way, and the Milky Way has like the cool details of like when you look closer at it, it's more crazy because there's a lot of different parts being used in order to make the art pop. And I think it's cool that Lego did that with the Batman logo, just because if they just did all black tile, it would have just looked really boring in my opinion. But if you look closely, there are some cool things in here. Like you've got the Batarang, you do have a bat in there. You also do have like, let's see, it looks like there's a couple guns in there as well. But it just kind of adds to, you know, the theme. This is Batman, and they're adding a couple different pieces. Even the top hat looks like, kind of reminds me of the Penguin. So they're adding like these cool pieces in it. So when you look a little bit closer, there's a little bit more, you know, of a detail with the theme. And you've got some cool Easter eggs like the Batarangs and the top hat. And it looks like there's an umbrella there as well. And I also love that it comes with 2 minifigs. Now, this is cool, though. I don't really care about the regular Batman minifig, to be honest, in this. We've seen this Batman fig so many times. Like, there's nothing special about this. I guess the only difference is instead of using, like, a cloth cape, they're actually going to be using more of that rubber structured cape, which I like those better, in my opinion. They don't crease. They don't bend or anything. They just look really cool as if he's, like, in motion. But that minifig I don't really care about because, like I said, we've seen him in the past quite a bit in a lot of sets. But I love this all gold Batman. We've never gotten a minifig like this. And it kind of reminds me of the Harry Potter minifigs when they did golden minifigs for specific sets. And I think it's cool because it just kind of marks it as like an anniversary minifig instead of just a regular minifig. And so it says 20 years right there, and this is 20 years. This is the anniversary of 20 years of Lego Batman, which is, it's crazy to think it's been that long. And then here's the box. They don't really have a specific Batman they're basing this off of, just because this is pretty much the main logo. It looks like it might be a comic styled Batman they're trying to focus on, but he is put in the corner. It's not like a specific actor, so just looks like a comic Batman. But one thing about the set is it is a little bit more pricier. This is going for $80, and it's 678 pieces, which honestly, this set should personally be only $65 in my opinion, maybe $70. I know you're probably asking like, Hunter, that's only $15. That's only like $10. And you know, every penny counts. You know, I just think if this set was 65, 70, people would probably be a little bit more stoked about it. But $80 is kind of a little bit steep in my opinion. I know you're getting 2 minifigs and an awesome build in my opinion, but I just, for $80, that's a lot. I mean, when you think about $80 towards Lego, there's bigger sets, probably even cooler sets that you could put $80 towards, and you know, forking over $80 for, it looks like it's kind of a smaller set in my opinion. Like they don't have a picture of like an up close or like a hands-on, but I don't think the set's going to be huge in my opinion. But it looks great, and I'll probably add it to my collection. Sometimes when I think a price is a little too steep for a Lego set, I actually just wait till it goes on sale or try to find it used, because I'm not going to spend $80, you know, on this just because I can't justify this being an $80 set. Next up, we've got the Batman and Robin Batmobile. And let's just look it up, Batman and Robin. I'm like, is this Val Kilmer or is this George Clooney? Let's see. I should have been prepared. It looks like this is George Clooney. So this one is based off of George Clooney, which honestly, his Batman was awful. I mean, this is the famous minifig, or I guess famous Batman, where they actually included nipples on his suit, which is, it's a meme now. It's just weird that they would even include that. But this is probably my least favorite Batmobile, to be honest. It's like weird because once you place the minifig in here, it's like him driving like a what are they called? It's like, gosh, I'm spacing it, but it's like when you take down the hood, or I guess the roof of your car, and you're a convertible. That's what it is. I just think a convertible Batman vehicle just seems like that's lame. Like that's just, this looks like this would be like, you know, a mom's car that, you know, she'd drive around to work, and that's just not cool. I love moms are great, but like I think I can definitely justify, you know, what looks like a cool car and what looks like a mom's car, and this looks like a mom's car in my opinion. I mean, the wings just look funky in the back. I mean, it's not a bad build. It's just, this is probably my least favorite Batmobile, like I said. It looks like there's some printing on the wheels, which is cool. It's got the Batman logo. Now, the only good thing I will say about this set, in my opinion, is the figure. Now, I think his suit actually looks pretty cool with like that chromed out silver on him. And it's got a little bit of some printing on his little ears up at the top of his mask, which looks cool. I also love just the printing on his torso and on his legs. These aren't dual molded legs, but I think what would have made this minifig feel a little bit more above and beyond is if they did arm printing. So here's the set in its box, and you have George Clooney on the side. You also have George Clooney in the front. Again, I don't know how many people are actually going to be buying this set, but if you are a huge Batman fan and want to collect all of the Batmobiles, this is a good time to purchase this one. I honestly would buy this set only for the minifig. I'd probably only get the minifig and sell the set, in my opinion. But it looks cool. So next up we've got, let's go back, sorry. Next up we've got the Batman Batmobile, and this set is awesome. Now, we did get the Batman Batmobile actually when it came out, but Dallin actually has it, and it looks good, but it looks a little too simple in my opinion. With this one, they've made the engine look a little bit more detailed. I also love that they've got a little bit of a stepping rack on the bottom, or yeah, that's what it should be called. And then the wheels look really great on this. I also love how they made the back, like the tailgate, a little bit more of an extended flare, which looks cool. Overall, this set is probably one of the ones I think I'm gonna buy when it drops. You've got the box right here, nothing too special. Again, they do put the specific Batman they're basing it on, and right here we've got Robert Pattinson, which, you know, I thought he did a great job as Batman, and overall this just looks great. I would love to see with these Batmobile sets, like people would probably be more excited about these sets if they included a second minifig, like a Scarecrow. I know they did that with the last one. Why didn't we get a Scarecrow? Why didn't we get a Commissioner Gordon for this one? Like, that would have been cool. And with the Batman and Robin set, like, Robin, like, add him in there, and like people are going to be ecstatic. So I know these are only $30, and that's a pretty good price point. I mean, when I think of $30, I'm honestly thinking of like Speed Champion sets. So, and those are fun little builds. So overall, that is everything that Lego has come out with the Batman line so far, but I think they're gonna be doing really good with next year. I mean, these are solid sets, and I don't know why, you know, people wouldn't buy these. I know there's a lot of Batman fans out there that would, you know, die to just have all of the Batmobiles in Lego form. And so it is interesting, to be honest, that they didn't do a tumbler this year or next year, because I'd have to say the Dark Knight is probably one of the, in my opinion, it is the best Batman, like, I guess, on the big screen. But I think that set would have done even better if they came out with it next year and did like a cool like 20th anniversary thing about it. I mean, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna be pretty similar in size if you're gonna compare it to like these new Batmobiles that are dropping. But yeah, I'm interested though to see what you guys think. I'm definitely gonna add these sets to my collection. And I'll make sure to do reviews. Again, these don't come out till March of next year, so kind of shocking that Lego is already unveiling this after, that's like in 6 months. Yeah, 5.5, 6 months, which is pretty far out, but you can pre-order these if you're that excited. Again, I'm interested to see what your guys' thoughts are on, you know, what's your favorite Batman set that just got announced. Comment down below your thoughts, and always feel free to subscribe to the Brick Brethren channel. All of your guys' support always helps. Thanks, guys.